Geese. For thousands of years, they've roamed their natural habitat next to Interstate 90, untouched and undisturbed by mankind. But every September, they are reacquainted with a ruthless enemy, the immature high school student of Columbia High. It may be hard to believe, but there are actually immature people attending school at this fine institute of education. And these immature students turn to the pond for amusement all too often. Before we continue, I'd like to fill you in with a little mathematical background. If you take the number of geese that actually live in the world, subtract from that number the amount of geese that do not live in East Greenbush, you come up with the amount of geese that actually live in East Greenbush. 23 to be exact. The numbers don't lie. There are indeed 23 geese living in East Greenbush. In fact, a recent study shows that 100% of the geese living in East Greenbush reside in and around the infamous pond. Yet another study tells us that for every 3 geese living on Columbia High School property, there is only 1 mature student going to school here. In other words, 98% of Columbia High School students are incredibly immature. This is Brandan McDermott, an immature sophomore at Columbia High School who claims to have had a very close encounter with the vicious beasts that lurk in the land surrounding the pond.
So yeah, this time I kicked this sleeping goose, but I ran away before it regained consciousness. So it's okay, right?
Kicking a sleeping goose, a seemingly harmless gesture, is traditionally performed out of the goodness of one's heart. Yet some geese will tell you that it's not a pleasant experience for all those involved. Tell me, Mother Goose, what's it like being kicked while you're sleeping? That's terrible. That's so sad. True, this goose is a victim of circumstance, but immature high school students aren't always the ones at fault. In fact, these fierce creatures have been known to attack without hesitation when people urinate in their precious reservoir. Just ask immature senior Peter Norlander, who learned the hard way.
Well, I came down here during my free period to do a little extra studying and admire the natural beauty of the surroundings when, due to my overactive bladder, I had to go to the bathroom real bad, and so I started taking a whiz, and then there's 1 goose around me, and then 2 geese, and then 5 geese, and 10 geese! Oh, man. And so I got so scared, and they start pecking, and I screamed, but there's no one there to hear! I can't go on!
It has been suggested that the geese and humans settle their differences at a peace conference, but hope for any such get-together is slowly fading. So, Pete, what are your thoughts on a possible peace conference to settle the differences that you and Mother Goose have?
The geese must go. It's time for a new world order to take their place. JV football rules!
Right. We asked Mother Goose if she'd be willing to attend. An obvious no. Some feel that this bitter conflict of who rules the pond can only be solved by one thing: violence. As appealing as playing gladiator with a goose may seem to you, the everyday immature high school student, it comes with severe consequences.
Darn it! Can't believe I got grass stains on my pants! Freaking goose!
Will the immature high school students and savage geese ever find a way to live in harmony? Or will this bitterness be passed on from generation to generation for centuries to come? All I know is stay the away from the pond. I'm Casey Crimmins. Back to you guys.